The storm raged. Waves crashed against the base of the lighthouse, an angry symphony of wind and water. Rain lashed down, blurring the world into a swirling grey chaos. Inside the stone tower, Eleanor, the new keeper, fought a losing battle against the cold and damp. Eleanor had only been at the lighthouse for a week. She had jumped at the chance to escape her city life, seeking solitude and purpose. The storm, however, was more than she had bargained for. It seemed to shake the very foundations of the lighthouse, a stark reminder of the raw power of nature. As she tended the lantern, her only companion, the rhythmic sweep of its beam, a shiver ran down her spine. It wasn't just the cold. There was something else here, something ancient and unsettling, a presence that seemed to whisper on the wind. The previous keeper, Thomas, had vanished without a trace just months before. The official report said he was lost at sea, claimed by a sudden storm. But the islanders whispered of darker things, of secrets hidden within the lighthouse walls. Eleanor discovered an old journal tucked away in a dusty corner. Its pages were filled with frantic scribblings and strange sketches. Thomas, it seemed, had been obsessed with the lighthouse, convinced it was more than just a beacon. "The light is a key," one entry read, "and the sea holds the lock." Eleanor shivered. Thomas's words sent a chill down her spine. The storm outside seemed to intensify, mirroring the growing unease in her heart. As the night wore on, the storm reached its peak. The lighthouse groaned and shuddered. Unexplained noises echoed through the tower. Scrapes, thumps, whispers on the wind. The air grew heavy, charged with an unseen energy. Eleanor felt a growing sense of dread. Something was happening, something beyond the fury of the storm. She could feel it in her bones, an ancient power stirring from its slumber. Thomas's journal spoke of this, of a presence that awakened with the storm. The lighthouse, she realized, was not just a beacon for lost ships. It was something else entirely, something far older and infinitely more sinister. The light, Thomas had written, was not a guide, but a ward, holding something terrible at bay. Hidden beneath the floorboards, Eleanor discovered a strange box, crafted from an unknown metal that hummed with an unnatural energy. Thomas's journal described it as a conduit, a link between the lighthouse and the depths below. Inside the box, nestled amongst velvet padding, lay a single glowing stone. Its light pulsed in sync with the lighthouse beam, casting dancing shadows that seemed to writhe and twist with a life of their own. As Eleanor touched the stone, a wave of dizziness washed over her. Visions flooded her mind, swirling shapes in the dark, a city of impossible angles and glowing spires, and eyes, vast and ancient, staring up from the abyss. The visions faded, leaving behind a cold certainty. The lighthouse was not just a building, but a lock. The light, its key. And the creatures from the deep, the things that whispered on the wind and pounded at the base of the tower, were waiting to be set free. Thomas's last journal entry was a desperate plea, a final act of redemption. The light must be extinguished, he wrote. The city, it must remain submerged. The cost of freedom is too high. Eleanor was faced with an impossible choice. Preserve the lighthouse and unleash a horror upon the world, or destroy it and bury the secret forever. The storm raged on, a physical manifestation of the turmoil within her soul. With a heavy heart, Eleanor made her decision. She smashed the glowing stone against the lantern's mechanism. The light flickered, sputtered, and died. The lighthouse fell dark. For a moment there was silence, a silence heavier than the storm itself. Then a low groan echoed from the depths, a sound of immense disappointment and fury. The storm began to recede, the wind dying down, the waves retreating as if called back by an unseen hand. The creatures were sealed away once more. Eleanor left the lighthouse the next morning, the ruins a testament to a secret buried but not forgotten. She carried with her a single shard of the glowing stone, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the waves, waiting for its chance to rise again.